What's going on, y'all, and welcome on in. Today's gonna be a short video because, spoiler alert, the patch preview update was very light. Now don't tune out just yet because there's a few things I want to talk about. There's some new features that we're going to be getting, like a global ban system, as well as they kind of told us the next 2 banners or so I can give my quick take on whether or not they're worth your hard-earned bookmarks. But overall, guys, there's 2 main things I want to talk about besides those kind of new features. Make sure you stay tuned till I talk about them. But number 1 is why I think Smilegate is sort of slow dripping or releasing the content so slowly. It's been about a month. The last 2 patch previews have been super light. Mashu today kind of just recapped the balance patch notes, the balance patch that we're going to be receiving this week, which a lot of people don't consider content. So I have some ideas, or I have some feelings on why I think Smilegate is slow dripping or releasing the content so slowly. We'll talk about that first. But before we get into that, I want to hear from you guys, my own YouTube community. Even if this is your first time watching this video, I consider you part of my community. Please let me know. I'm going to put some screenshots up on the screen right now because there's a lot of sort of negativity on the lack of content, lack of updates that I'm seeing a lot more than usual. You always get people that are negative in any game, but it's kind of becoming a reoccurring theme, and I don't really blame all people for doing it. But you guys that watch all my videos, I feel like you're a little bit more sensible. Let me know how you feel about the current scheduling of content, the sort of lack of updates recently. How are y'all feeling about Epic 7 at the moment? After y'all answer that, if you have a moment, please comment. I will let's go ahead and continue on with the video. Alrighty, y'all, let's go ahead and pull up the 1-minute summary for the Epic 7 video, the 6.9 patch preview. This is 1-minute summary. This is actually 2 minutes long because they covered all of the balance patch adjustment stuff. Let's go ahead and play it up here a little bit so y'all can see the overview. But as you can see right here, guys, June balance adjustment, we're not going to cover that at all. If you didn't hear my take on all of this, but check out 2 things. My tier list number 1, because I did talk about, alongside Valky, the thoughts on DJ Bazaar, Wander Silk, Roz, Shu, Alencia, where they're going to fall in our tier list video, which was the last video before this. And if you want to go 2 weeks back and see my initial impressions for the June balance adjustment, check that out as well. But we're not going to talk about it in this video since we already covered that. What I want to talk with you guys about is what I mentioned at the start. Why is Smilegate not releasing new heroes, new content, etc.? That's going to tie right into here, guys, the World Arena global ban. And there's so much misinformation flying around about this. I saw some comments saying, like, is this going to be like a counter side? Why are they banning artifacts? This is crazy. I'll talk about all this in a second here and explain exactly what this means. We're going to go cover that. We'll go look at the slide or the section of the video. But overall, guys, the main reason I think, and this is evidenced by this part here, that Smilegate is not releasing new heroes is, of course, because of Real-Time Arena. If y'all weren't keeping up to date, Smilegate made an apology right before the Awaken update, talking about how they want to do 2 things. Number 1, improve the overall balance of the game, specifically for Real-Time Arena or PvP. And number 2, they're going to do a lot better, or they said they're going to, I'm paraphrasing here, guys, they're going to try to do a lot better in terms of releasing or not overly buffing Moonlight 5 heroes unless they really need it, or not releasing heroes at the end of Real-Time Arena seasons. Because what happened last season with Hua Young, she came out like in the last 2 weeks, last week or so, was super overpowered, really shook things up. Before that was Rimuru, guys. He came out at the very end of the season before that, was also super polarizing. He just changed things up big time with how strong he was, and now they're trying to avoid that. So if you didn't know, Real-Time Arena is ending. It's going to say here, World Arena schedule's ending very soon, in less than 2 weeks. And so that's why there's no content overall. Now, I'm not trying to excuse Smilegate. I do think that this global ban, let's go ahead and talk about it now. They could have at least added a new hero if they're going to already implement that. But let's talk about this now because there's a lot of misinformation. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to try to find it here. Real fast, my take on the E7WC. I feel like a lot of y'all aren't super interested in this. Some of y'all may be watched it last year. But overall, it's kind of Smilegate or Epic 7's biggest tournament with supposedly the best of the best. There's going to be a lot of like qualifiers to get through. Biggest tournament on the line in terms of money as well as just, coverage. And so if you guys aren't, if you didn't check it out last year, maybe give it a look this year, boys. It's really nice promotion for the game, as well as, the most competitive form that Epic 7 sponsors themselves. Okay, here we go, boys. The World Arena global ban added. Guys, this is just a stock image. This is not actually what's getting banned. Okay, they didn't really say it here, did they? No, okay, so this slide, boys, or this image, don't take too much stock into it. Mashu said on the live stream that these are just placeholders. What this means, they're not banning Ravi, they're not banning artifacts. Don't worry about that. This is not like Counterside, where every week there's going to be a new ban or so. At least that's not from what I can tell, because if you see here in what Mashu was saying, heroes artifacts released during the end of the World Arena season will not be available until the World Arena season ends. Does not apply to content other than ranked battle and E7WC preliminaries. So what does that mean, guys? That's exactly what I was saying as to why Smilegate is not bringing us new content. This is not going to be a weekly global ban. That's for a separate topic. Maybe they should add that later on. What do y'all think about that? But overall, this means nothing other than they can now release heroes like Hua Young, a new hero at the end of a World Arena. I'll start calling it World Arena instead of Real-Time Arena. World Arena season, and not worry about the competitive integrity being interrupted by releasing a powerful hero, you know, 1 week before World Arena season ends. So ignore the Ravi, guys. Imagine this was Hua Young previous season. All that happens is she comes out, you're able to summon for her and her artifact, the gators, the kickers, whatever you call them, the boots, and all that means is you just can't use them in World Arena until the season ends. But after that, she'll be available in the preseason as well as the next season, and you can just summon her as normal. But don't take stock in Ravi, guys. Don't worry about artifacts getting banned. A lot of people are freaking out over this. This is not going to become a Counter-Side style game, at least for now. And yeah, this is just so they can release heroes and avoid what's happening now, lack of content, lack of heroes. So that's what I think is happening. There's a lot of misinformation on that. Hopefully that clears things up a little bit. There's one other thing I want to talk about, guys, in terms of lack of content. Smilegate, I mentioned, is trying not to overbuff ML5s. There's not a lot of new heroes besides ML Vivian coming out next month, guys. Super excited about that, but that's for another time. I want to put up on the screen, if I can here, some info about the Mystic Coins. I get asked a lot in my stream, Car, are the Mystic Coins going to disappear? Will they carry over? Blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and cover that now. Actually, guys, if y'all can bear with me just 1 second, I will actually just pull up from my DMs. This was sent to be by one of my mods. They actually asked and got a confirmation live from Smilegate, as well as there's a lot of other confirmations flying around, boys. But what's going to happen here is after this, I think it's happening by the time you'll watch this, it might be live already, but the round 2 is about to happen. And if you notice here, boys, it is correct that Moon's Mirage coins gathered from round 1 will be carried over to round 2. It's a complicated, convoluted system. I know it's confusing, but what this means, guys, is if you still have coins from your previous rotation or selection, they will carry over into round 2. On top of that, this isn't listed here, but from my understanding, I got confirmation on this as well, is you don't even have to change out your swapped rotation if you don't want to, or if you do want to change it and you have coins. Let's say, guys, some of y'all got super lucky and pulled your hero before you had to purchase them with coins. Let's say you were going for Apocalypse Ravi, because I want to talk about her because Ravi is going to be on the banner later. Let's say you pulled Apocalypse Ravi before purchasing coins. You just luckily summoned her. Well, whatever coins you had left over, guys, let's say you had 100, you can now pick a brand new ML5 and use those 100 coins towards the next round. So that's kind of nice for those of you that got lucky. If you didn't get lucky and you're pushing almost to pity, just keep at it, guys. You still have plenty of time. Just hustle it and get it done. But that's something important to note, and I keep getting questions asked about that, so hopefully that clears things up a little bit. Anything else, guys? The Maid Chloe skin, we can go look at it real fast. Let me know what y'all think about this. There's actually a longer video on the Smilegate channel with the voice actress and everything. I think she did a great job. Maid Chloe, not one of my favorite heroes. I will be getting this skin, of course. I think it looks good overall. I think it's very unique in terms of the color palette selection. I'm just not the big fan of Maid Chloe, but I think it's a great skin. I like the bunny ears, of course, and her face looks a lot different. I can't tell if I like it better than the stock Maid Chloe or not, but yeah, very, very cute. Those of you that are excited to get her, push masters if you need help. Stop by the live streams. I'll be doing some Master Climb Real-Time Arena, World Arena reviews if you want to stop by. So yeah, just get that Maid Chloe locked in. We're going to skip the June balance patch adjustments, and hopefully in this video, guys, they cover the new banners at least. Yeah. Last thing, let's go ahead and close off with the drop rate up banners. Okay, so number 1 on the list, yes, is number 1 on the list will be Ravi alongside Sigurd's Scythe. So let's go ahead and talk about Ravi as a standalone unit first. She used to be super powerful. You can get her from your selective summons in the very beginning of the game, but most people suggest it used to be Sigrid before you got her for free. Now I think it's Isari is probably the best overall, but Ravi is definitely a strong unit. One of the better fire bruisers, just doesn't quite hold up in the current meta. And, you know, she gets overshadowed by units like Hua Young, who are just way too overtuned. Overall, though, if you like Ravi, and don't have a copy of her yet, you can go ahead and consider going for her after you already pull for Rem and Amelia, right guys? Make sure you get the limited collab units first. But the bonus is Ravi is a great unit. Maybe even you just want some imprints for Apocalypse Ravi. Her imprints aren't the best, but you can use a team imprint for her. And Sigurd's Scythe is really the kicker that makes it a nice bonus, because this is a very important artifact, guys, for Rem. So the biggest thing is probably not even the fact that Ravi can be good. It's that you need to get some Sigurd's Scythe for your newly acquired Rems. It's her best in slot artifact, and you really, if you can, want to get it to plus 30, because that can make or break a lot of matches in terms of Rem, you know, healing enough or doing enough damage. You know, that's kind of what she wants to fulfill. But yeah, this is kind of, it's a nice banner. Just make sure you get the limited collab units first. And after that, guys, we have Chloe. So Chloe, quick notes on her. Ice Chloe is really overshadowed right now. Do not pull for her unless you like her as a unit and just want her, because overall she used to be like a Wyvern unit, but she's definitely overshadowed now by Sigrid. There's so many easy Wyvern units now. You can just use anything, guys. Mui kind of just takes care of it alone. Yeah, Rem can do it. Those of you that just acquired Rem, she's probably better than Rem, but overall, Sigrid being free, there's no reason to pull Chloe unless you love her. Side note on the artifact, though, guys, this is an interesting one. I was just talking with another one of my mods, Red, and we were talking about Little Queen's Huge Crown might be insane alongside Shu to kill off the what do you even call them, the Hua Youngs, okay? Because this, if you weren't aware, this Huge Crown, I'll put a screenshot up, adds some damage to barriers, and if you want to stack that on top of Shu, you know, we can use her as a very effective anti-Hua Young unit, even more so than she is now. So I don't think it's worth pulling for, guys, but it's just a side note in case you do end up picking up some Little Queen's Huge Crowns, or let's say you guys want some Chloes for your newly acquired May Chloes alongside her skin, okay? Other than that, the Mystic Summon rotation, guys, I think this is the weakest one by far. Dark Corvus, Guild War only, even after his buffs, really not that great for a real-time arena. Top model Luluka, completely outshined by Milim. I think she's actually probably going to be up next soon for a buff. She's a great unit still for like Guild Wars and normal arena, but very outshined in real-time arena, world arena. And Last Rider Crow, it's been a long time since Golden Boys have been good. He's still better than, I think, Ambitious Tywin, and has kind of a niche spot in the current meta, even at higher ranks Emperor Plus. But overall, definitely long. He's been long forgotten, not nearly as good as he used to be. And there's way more priority picks, guys, unless you love him, okay? You gotta save your Mystics for other units. Just probably pull on the Custom Mystic banner instead. Okay, guys, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, hearing my rants. Please let me know what you think about overall the current state of the game in Epic 7, as well as the content. What do you think about the May Chloe skin? All the stuff we discussed in this video. And yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. I'll catch you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, everybody.